you're listening to Force Majeure, an actual play Star Wars podcast. My name is Adam and I'm your host, and today's episode will be brought to you after these words from our sponsors.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Who lives in a jolly ship out in space?
Captain Codfish.
Dressed like a pirate, has giant fish face.
Captain Codfish.
If you like adventure, excitement galore,
Captain Codfish.
go buy my toys from your local toy store.
Captain Codfish.
Ready? Captain Codfish. Captain Codfish. Captain Codfish. Captain Codfish. Yar! Buy my stuff.
Hi, I'm Mikey, and this is episode 3 of Tiny Tikus Adventures. And after a little bit of a blurb, we'll be asking our players to introduce themselves and give us the answer to a question. So, escaping from some gangsters, our heroes find themselves in what seems to be a spaceship buried beneath a sea of blue crystal glass. They find the crushed body of a protocol droid, Chester, or CH-3-5TR. CH-3 is an explorer and is looking into the fabled lost starship Inferno. And it looks like he found it, but not the fabulous treasure inside. Armed with CH-3's keycard, the gang narrowly escape being crushed by garbage smashers and find themselves in an entirely darkened room. Okay, so I'd like you to introduce yourselves and tell me what you hope the treasure is going to be.
Hello, my name's Adam, and I'm playing Tikus Bar, the Basilisk birthday boy.
I hope that the treasure is either Junior Engineer's first proper toolkit, the one with the real working hydro spanner, or, like, the greatest cupcakes ever for us all to have a wonderful cupcake time and maybe something for Roy, like a new magnet.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm playing Rissik, the Trandoshan crybaby. I just hope it's whatever Tikus wants so I can go home. I don't really like adventures. But you know, Tikus seems to really want to do this, so I hope he gets what he wants, and then my mum won't be angry at me.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm playing Drenzo and R-01, the Mandalorian, who's the littlest bounty hunter, and really, he's hoping that the greatest prize is the friendships and experience we share, or something that explodes.
Having heard the future of Young Tikus and Roy Season 2, it ain't that.
What, not something that explodes?
Yeah, fair point.
Well, I would like to bear in mind that we don't see these two characters again, do we, Tikus?
Not in Season 2. In Season 4, however, there may have to be some cameos.
To be honest, I don't think Rissik is going to speak to us again after this.
It's Rissik's mum that's the problem.
Perhaps you find fabulous wealth and retire at 6, and that's why we don't see you.
No.
No, that's not going to.
Hi, I'm Mim. I'm playing Roy, the B1 battle droid, who acts as a nanny and bodyguard to young Tikus Bar.
It'd be really nice if the treasure was like a million credits and a few new parts I could do with a new leg. I've got a little ache down diodes on my left side. Never seems to go away. It'll be really cool. I know Bar wants this fantastic tool set with a real hydro spanner. It'll be awesome if that was in there. He's been wanting that. It'd be wonderful if there was a Mandalorian helmet, because I know that Drenzo's really after one of those, because the bucket's kind of nice, but it's not a proper Mandalorian helmet. And Rissik, I don't know. I hope Rissik finds her sense of bravery. Yeah, I think I hit a keyword there. Yeah. And friendship, and peace, and explosions. Yeah.
So what you're saying is that Bar needs a brain, Rissik needs courage, and Drenzo needs a heart.
I'm hoping for an overall well-rounded learning experience for a family audience,
And
yeah.
not only do you need courage, you also want to go home.
And I'd quite like some flash new shoes.
Yeah.
There is no place like home.
And also, Roy, Mr. Bar owes quite a lot of money to a gangster.
I think that's covered by the million credits.
Okay. You find yourself in a dark room.
Oh, Rissik, I hope the spoopy ghosts of our dead friends don't find us in the dark.
I bumped my snout.
Oh, and we're all out.
Brains. Drenzo walks over and starts patting towards where they ran off to.
It's coming closer.
Roy's got a little torch that's built in, one of those really annoying headlights that you know is really useful, but you look like a twit using it, so he never really does. He's going to flick that on and go,
Surprise!
Just in time to see Drenzo get punched in the bucket.
And Tikus has got out the catapult that he got from Rissik for his birthday and fires a ball bearing at Roy.
The punch in the bucket doesn't necessarily hurt because it's a helmet and that's what it's for, but it does spin the bucket round by 90 degrees, and it's still dark in this room. Everybody else can see for a brief second. Can you roll me a shoot, please?
I can.
Yes.
7.
Everybody else can see for a brief second, and then a stone smashes the light.
No, glowing spoopy ghost, you're not taking me back!
That was a really good shot, actually. You get a gold star for that. Hit me right in the light.
Rissik, does spoopy ghosts give out gold stars?
I don't know.
Alright, everybody.
Pull
Right.
out my glow orb.
You don't have visibility right now because
Yeah.
the bucket's halfway round.
Yeah.
And you assume that
It's
that's
one of my
made
glow
it
orbs.
really light.
Yeah.
Drenzo pulls out one of the orbs that you found, presses a button, and there's a beep beep beep.
Don't think that's a glow orb, Drenzo.
Oh, why am I doing your voice? I'll switch the light off, because I don't think it's a light anymore. Drenzo also then fixes his helmet.
Okay. You turn the light off again, and it stops. It must be on a long timer, because you were about 6 seconds in there, and it didn't go off.
Rissik,
Go off?
Yeah. It's fine.
Rissik, I think you found something special that lights up, didn't you?
Oh yeah. And Rissik pulls out the glow orb, hopes it's a glow orb, clicks it on.
The light illuminates the room. You're in a lift.
Oh, I thought you two were dead. That's a mean trick.
And I kick Drenzo in the shin.
Ow!
Yeah.
I hit Bar with a spoon.
Ah! Right!
And Tikus
No,
leaps.
don't fight.
Oh, it's okay. Let him.
Will you both roll me a d6 and see who goes first?
2.
Okay, both roll a
Another d6.
No, it's fine. A break roll, please.
Oh.
They are evenly matched.
No, they
No, we're not.
That's 11.
4.
Okay, you swing wildly, Drenzo. You swing less wildly, and
Kill
can you-
Drenzo.
Can you please roll me a health roll, please?
Yeah, I'm not aiming to actually hurt her. It's that kiddie scrapping, so
I know.
this is sitting on him.
I got no successes and a 1 on my wild dice.
Okay.
My spleen!
You swing wildly at him, and clonk. Again, the world is dark. As the bucket twists around, take a health, please.
My greatest fear.
Okay, I've seen enough, guys.
I am fully entertained.
Pick us up and hold us at extended droid arm length.
As we flail towards each other. Well, you flail towards me, I flail off to the side, thinking you're there.
Now, you're both big, strong individuals. You both got fighting spirit. I like that. But we gotta work as a team. We found some brilliant clues.
We have.
Bar found the droid, Chester, to give us the adventure. You found the card with all the details on and activated that droid.
Yay!
Rissik has helped me set some traps to deal with the bad guys.
And found the glow orb that we're using right now.
Exactly. Now, sometimes, you know in stories that your parents tell you, or significant caregivers, or droid parent, sometimes there's a really scary moment when the heroes might be at their lowest point, right?
Oh, like in Captain Codfish and the bog-based bantha beast of Beetle Guys and 4.
Yep, they couldn't get out, they had the beast coming after them, it looked like the ship might even have been destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
But then it turned out that the ship had been hiding behind the asteroid, and they could actually come down and get them, and the bantha could be fooled. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be as brave as they are, because we know all these stories have a happy ending, right?
Yay! Captain Codfish!
Yay!
Yeah, and we got each other, and we're super smart,
We're so smart.
and we've learned how to tie ropes when we want to climb down them now.
Yes, rather than to chairs. Although that did seem like a good idea.
Yeah, Mostly worked.
Mostly.
As you're talking, seemingly the areas you're in slowly power up as you're in them, and the walls on two sides of this elevator start glowing as if that is the side lights. Slowly, a panel flickers on with a number of different options.
Ooh. I run over to the panel and have a look at the different options.
Okay.
What can we do? What can we do? What can we do?
It looks like it is an elevator. Incidentally, the other two walls that don't light up seemingly are made of glass, so you can see out when it moves. But you're at a stop situation here, and all you can see is walls.
Do you think this is the ship he was talking about?
Ooh.
We just came to a trash compactor.
That doesn't seem like the way you should get into a ship.
No, that is not a way to get into a ship. You are on maintenance and refuge level. There is engineering. There is the shuttle bay, the cargo bay, the main bridge, and there is floors 1 to 7 as well, but they don't have particular names to them. So it looks like it's quite a large ship.
Should we go to the cargo bay? Because that's where they would store stuff, or the bridge if it's the captain's stuff. I reckon they're the two best places for stuff.
What do you think, Rissik?
Well, if it's treasure, then it's not going to be in the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Because that you don't put precious things in. So it's going to be in someone's bedroom.
There's a lot of bedrooms on here.
Where would it be? The captain's?
Yeah, if it's treasure, well, captain has the best treasure.
So if we go to the floor down from the bridge, that might be where the captain's chair. Or the bridge might have the map of where things are, like bedrooms.
Yeah, because it'll have the captain's office, won't it? He'll have his own office.
Oh yeah, and that'll be up there. Boop!
Alright, so let's go up to the bridge.
You press on the bridge. There's a bit of a shudder, and the lift zips downwards.
Let's go down to the bridge.
It's weird because the bridge really is usually at the top and the front, but it goes down. It shoots down through, and you can see the side, the glass walls, and suddenly you're out into open space on two walls. And you see, as you track down, it looks like you're viewing the cargo bay as you go through, because you can see, lots and lots of crates and boxes. It's not a massive place, but it looks like you've got this is maybe more of a capital ship than a frigate. You zip down by about, say, 40 or 50 feet, and then start going sideways. And you're running along the cargo bay, and you can see there is the option to go to a particular point. You can see there's like tracks on the floor as this elevator can zip around this bay, this large area.
This is the big ship.
Huge, absolutely huge. This cargo bay is maybe 300 meters long.
Oh, and this is one great glass elevator.
You zip to the other side of the cargo bay and start going up again, and you can see over, and there's just it just spans out into the darkness. And as it spans out into the darkness, you notice the lights in the cargo bay start flickering on, as if your presence has started powering up the ship. Everybody do a seek roll for me, please.
Roy got an 11.
Okay.
Drenzo got 13. I'm looking for some.
Rissik got 16.
Okay.
And Tikus got 4. He's clearly too entertained.
Adam, pay no attention to the next bit of this. It's not for you.
Can do.
And those who've got less than 12, you can see there is something moving around the cargo bay. I'm not entirely sure what it is, because you see the movement out the corner of your eye, and when you look, it's gone. But there is something moving around. Those of you who got more than 12, it looks to be that there's at least 4 or 5 droids that you notice. They're quadrupeds. They look like crabs. They've got a lot more to the top of them than the bottom of them, and they, in fact, as you zip past one, you see it seemingly powers up, has a bit of a look around, and then scuttles off into the cargo bay.
Roy, droids.
Crab droids. Crabby leg droids.
Where? Point them out. Oh, right, there!
There are, in fact, more and more of them, just scuttering around the cargo bay, investigating their surroundings, reacting to where they're going. So these look like very old droids.
Do I recognise their general purpose use, or can I identify their function?
They look like they're possibly general maintenance droids. They're multi-purpose, essentially. But if they're anything like the similar sort of droids they have, they're everything that an astromech can do, but without the astronavigation side of things.
Weapons capabilities?
He usually has something that could hurt you on there. It might be an arc welder. It could be that they've been set up. There's certainly a hard point you can use to fix a tool on there, which is directional.
And standardised weak point if they go crazy? Is it generally to blind the
Their
eye?
legs are a weak point, but there are 4 of them and they can usually move on 3, but they have one central eye. If they're like the ones you've seen, but these, as I say, are not something you've seen, not exactly what you've seen before, and they look like they're quite old. They've got that definite feel of maybe the Infinite Empire sort of style, so 5,000 years ago sort of style of droid.
Oh,
Really, really quite old. Okay, you continue zipping up and you go through the roof. You carry on past a number of different corridors until you get to it starts slowing down, and then almost immediately we stop. And there is and the door's open.
Can any of us translate what that said?
No.
I'm guessing it probably said... Well, if this is the bridge, it probably says the bridge.
Interestingly, the control panel was in basic.
Okay. Just the voice wasn't.
The voice was not.
Okay.
Can Roy store that vocal memory clip
Yeah, you
to
store everything.
Assess it later,
Yeah.
along with the probable fact that it probably said bridge?
Yeah.
To use that data later.
The door's open, and it looks to be that you're on a bridge, which is a good indication of it might be the bridge. It's definitely a capital ship. This is a large open area with a number of different stations, but no chairs. It's the workstations seemingly should have chairs there, but there are no chairs next to them. Usually they're bolted in, but there's nothing.
Okay, is it true that when they converted a lot of ships for the droid wars, they took out the seats because droids didn't need to sit down?
Yeah, you know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is definitely not a separatist ship.
alright, we're in the ship. I think this is it. I think this is the Inferno.
Oh.
Awesome.
This is the bridge, so this is where the captain would stand.
The lights start flickering on. You start to see more and more of this area. But interestingly, because there's a big glass window, it's covered in blue. Very similar colour to the blue glass of the ocean above. And you can see light through it, so you're probably quite close to the surface.
Oh, and look, that means we're not massively buried, so this is like the top of the ship, and that means we're all captains here now.
That doesn't work. There's only one captain.
But you know what we do need? You need someone who's really smart with tools and engineering to be the chief engineer.
The lift door's closed.
That could be you, Bar. You could be the chief engineer of this whole ship.
I could be the chief engineer of the whole ship.
And,
Is that not? But then who's captain?
well, I'm the oldest. But the captain really only listens to what the chiefs say and then helps everyone make a decision together.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So you're the captain, and I'm the chief engineer, and
Well, we need maybe a chief of security.
Ooh.
Because, you know, you can keep us all safe and keep an eye out for danger.
Yeah.
and
Fire the guns and things.
And we need someone who's really calm and really smart to think of really smart, calm plans. A first in command. That could be you, Rissik. You're smart.
Yeah.
wow.
Now we've got a crew.
You're all super smart. You're all standing in the lift still.
We get out of the lift.
You press the button and the door opens again.
It's still the bridge, thank goodness.
Still the bridge.
Right, let's go and look around for a captain's hat for Roy.
No, I don't really need a captain, sir. I know I'm smart. But what we do need to find is we need the chief engineer to find a way to look at the computer system, see if there's any stuff hidden places.
Oh, I can do that.
Have you stepped out of the lift?
Yes.
I'm going to say because the lift door's closed.
Yes, I step out onto the bridge.
As you step out onto the bridge, it's quite quiet in here. I mean, and you know that quiet, oppressive quietness where you can hear how quiet it is.
Yes.
Because everything's kind of muffled because of the you're so close to where the crystals are, and it doesn't seem to carry the sound very much. And then you hear a scuttle.
Oh, it might be a Giga Rat.
Or a crab droid.
Oh no, I don't like crab droids. The pinchers. I don't like things that scuttle. Get the shoe, Roy. Get your shoe.
I'm on it. Chief of Security, we gotta keep our eyes peeled for this.
Yes, Captain!
You can hear it. It seemingly is the other side of the bridge, near where the window is.
I take out my little blue torch.
Okay.
But I turn it onto red because we're in danger.
And also, there's already blue light in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody got a bucket that we can catch it with? No offense.
Also, these droids are possibly about 1/2 meter wide.
And we got a really big bucket.
Drenzo pulls out a knife and the welding torch and starts
Alright.
walking through.
Important information. Their legs used. Well, I think so. I've seen these kind of things before. Nothing this old. I mean, this is like really ancient technology. I mean, you think you've seen old droids? I've never seen anything. This is like your grandpa's grandpa's grandpa kind of droids. Kind of like a living fossil. I mean, look at it, gee. But its legs. If you can take out some of its legs, 2 would be best. 1 will annoy it, and it's got 1 big eye in the middle. Can you see it? Can you see it? That's like a weak point. If you can blind it, it gets a little annoyed.
Tikus gets his catapult out.
As does Rissik.
Great. You guys are great shots.
As you're moving forwards, you see, near the captain's chair, which is in the centre at the front, one of these droids scutters out. A little arm pops out, and it interfaces with the captain's chair. There's a moment, and it pulls back in, and then scutters off again. And almost immediately as it goes, another one comes up and does exactly the same. So it looks like either one came in, disappeared off one side and came back in the other side really immediately, or there's 2 in here.
Oh, but if we can talk to them and see if they can be nice to us, then they can look through the manifest for us, because they can access the data.
Alright.
Are these droids like talking nice droids, or are they like gonk droids?
They're usually not very personality based. They don't really. They have a job to do.
These guys are more gunk than smarts.
Oh, have you seen the gonk droid that's a pizza droid? And it walks around being all like, gonk pizza, and you can get many flavours from it.
I was going to ask how quiet you're being, but never mind.
Drenzo is being very quiet and scuttling over to the did you say the captain's chair?
Yeah. It's about maybe 50 yards away. This is how big this is.
So I'm going to scuttle around like behind the desks and things.
Can you roll me a hide?
Rissik will also be being cautious rather than loud.
Okay. Anybody who wants to be trying to hide, they can roll a hide.
Tikus would like to, but is far too excited at the thought of a gonk pizza droid and hasn't noticed everyone else
Then
scuttling off.
Roll it anyway.
And accept the inevitable 1 on the wild die.
Oh no, that's 9.
Okay. What did everybody roll?
2.
8.
3.
Rissik, you're good at hiding.
I am good at hiding.
You stick to the shadows, you make sure to think about what you do before you move, and you make your way slowly up to the captain's chair. You are, the last bit of this trek to the captain's chair is a little bit in the open, but you are really well positioned to, when it's ready to go, just dash up there. Tikus, you're not quite as good at hiding, especially because you're talking most of the way through this. But you kind of let everything else melt away, and you make your way up. And as luck would have it, you're in a good hiding position.
Yay!
But you are still talking.
Yes.
Drenzo.
It's all the cutlery, isn't it?
The table you're hiding under moves.
Oh, it's a droid!
You can't help but get into the moment of this hiding. This is finally an adventure. Yeah. What theme tune are you humming? You're doing really well.
Amplified by the bucket.
You're doing really well. You think you're going to sneak up to it, you get in there, and then suddenly the thing that you thought was a stand turns around and you can see one eye staring right at you.
Blowtorch.
We'll come to combat in a second.
No,
Roy,
I want to respond to seeing the blowtorch.
Roy, you walk up. You're not hiding. They all turn to you and Drenzo at the same time. Can we all roll a d6 and have initiative? Tikus and Rissik, you are still hidden. You don't have to join in, but you can act.
Hi, we come in peace.
I got a 4.
Yes.
Rissik got a 6.
2 for Drenzo.
2.
Okay, so it's going to go Rissik, then Tikus, and in fact around the table for the players. And as I rolled a 1, I'm last.
Yay!
So Rissik, what do you do?
Well, currently, being in the moment,
Yeah.
Rissik hasn't noticed that the droids have noticed her friends. So she's going to go for the control panel and
Well-
see...
Brilliantly, the droids have stopped just milling around and they've looked off to one side and they're heading in one direction. This is the perfect time to go.
And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get there. I'm not good with technology.
You get over to the captain's chair. It looks almost like the thing that you found Roy in earlier on in the day. It's less of a chair and more of an interface. It is, but there is screens and everything like that as well. But it doesn't look very comfortable. As I say, it looks more like you would plug yourself into it.
I do not want to plug myself into it.
Okay, but you are at the chair and you're hiding behind the chair. They still can't see you. Tikus.
He's going to join Rissik, continuing the narrative about the pizza gonk droid. Because also hasn't particularly noticed that we've been seen, really.
You get all kinds of flavours. You can get 4 different meats on one
The
pizza.
other day,
It's kind of
I had
amazing.
one that was pineapple and albatross.
Tikus, shh.
Okay.
Again, Tikus, you are at the captain's chair. It's almost like a captain's interface. It's somewhere you plug in a droid.
Oh, this is like what Roy goes into when he has to have snoozy naps at home.
Roy and Drenzo, choose who goes first.
Well, please, he's
Yeah.
already got his blowtorch out.
Yep. So
I'm
I'm
ready to
gonna
raid
He's
it.
always got his blowtorch
I'm
out.
gonna blowtorch the droid in the eye, hopefully.
We
Now-
come in peace.
Now, you can use either your brake or
Yeah.
your shoot because
I'm,
it has a twisty thing that makes it extend.
Yep, I will. It's set to be extended, and I'm gonna use shoot.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad. That is 12.
I got 1-6, which means it takes a wound. But again, I rolled a 1 on my wild dice, which means that not only is it taking a wound, it is blinded by the blight flare in its eye, and it stumbles around a little bit.
Success!
Okay, Roy.
Gold star.
Okay, I'm going to try and disarm this the next one that's coming up to us.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
I'm going to punch it in its eye
Okay,
in a friendly way.
do me a break roll, please.
So that's that's 12 altogether.
That's 2 damage. I need to roll a bit of a soak. I get 1 success, so it takes 1 damage. They react back to you. One of them stumbles around a bit, spinning and spinning and spinning. You're close enough to hear it. It goes, Yarr!
Pirate droid.
The other one,
Captain Codfish.
the other one points what seemingly is an arc welder at you and says, "Have at ye, matey!" He rolls a 5. You don't need a soak. He misses completely as a pulse of plasma fires past you and starts melting the wall behind you. It doesn't look like it's a particularly safe arc welder.
Well, this is a little unusual.
Back to the top. What are you doing, Rissik?
Having noticed suddenly that, things are happening, Rissik is going to take her catapult and try and take out the legs of one of the ones on the one on Drenzo.
Okay. Yeah. Roll.
Because Roy's a grown up and Roy can take care of themselves.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
I absolutely would.
Roll me a shoot. It is stumbling around at the moment.
That is 9.
So that's 1 success. It's slightly injured, so it's rolling less dice. So that's no successes, and it takes a wound as your catapult slings out and it cracks one of its legs, which they don't seem to be very well put together droids because it skitters underneath itself. It is now blind and a little bit lame.
Great, it can get an eye patch and a peg leg.
Exactly. Tikus?
Avast, matey. Time to hack your pirate's code.
And I'm going to scamper over to the one that's on Roy, jump on it, and attempt to hit its power off button.
It occurs to you in mid-leap that you're not entirely sure what a power off button is on one of these droids, but there are a number of different buttons on it, and you can start mashing those with a gadget roll.
Can I give him a boost because I've already yelled out a couple of weak points?
No. Unless you want to use this as your action for this round.
If you're 8.
No, let him go. I trust him.
That's 12. No, 11.
It's going to use its evade stat rather than its health stat to see what is what.
Forearms wildly flapping anything that looks like it might be a button on it.
Shiver me timbers.
It's like a bop hit.
You press something and it does seem to be doing something. It starts spinning around a little bit and fires off wildly this turn. You are not in any danger from being hit this turn because it is just going into overload.
Fine.
Drenzo, what are you doing? It's a little bit lame and a little bit blind, but it seems to be recovering quite well.
Then I will press my advantage.
Yes.
Oh, actually, no, that does add up to at least 7, so that's a 8, in fact.
Okay, so that is one hit. Although your Arc Welder seems to hit a thicker part of it because it doesn't seem to react a great deal to that.
Oh no!
Roy, what are you doing? You were fighting a droid. You're trying to punch it in the eye.
But now Tikus is...
Tikus is riding it like a rodeo clown.
Tikus, you gotta kind of get under it, and there's a button, and it's got a little symbol on it that looks like someone doing this with their hands, but it isn't really that. It's kind of like this, but no person. It looks like a dot with a bigger dot on it.
Could you roll me a gadget roll, please?
It's like a circle with a line on it.
7, but that's a 1 on my wild dice.
Okay. You're telling him exactly what is right for a modern day droid. You possibly might be telling him the wrong sort of thing for an ancient droid. We'll see, because that was a 1 on you. It was a success, but with disadvantage. So
Okay.
we'll give him some sort of advantage by this time. What are you doing this round though? Because that's just chatting. That's fine.
Are there more of these little droids coming?
There's seemingly only a 2 at the moment.
Okay. In that case, I'll try and take out another leg on the one that Tikus is riding.
Okay.
So that it gives less resistance.
Okay.
And again, I'll
Right.
try and
Roll me a
punch.
mic, please.
I'll try and slot it.
Sorry, a break, please.
Ooh, that is 12, 13, and a 6 on my special dice.
Okay, roll another one then, please.
A 3. So 6, 12, 13, 14,
16.
15, 16.
No 6s, so that's 2 damage. You give it a massive crack, and its leg actually comes off. It wobbles a little bit, but it's still combat effective, as we found out from Doogie Howser in Starship Troopers.
Should have aimed for the brainstem.
Okay. The droid that you're attacking shakes violently to try and get you to remove yourself from its person.
Oh no!
I'd like you to roll me a break, please, to hold on. And while it's doing that, it swings round and tries to shoot at Roy.
I have 4 arms. Right. That is a 10, but a 1 on my wild die.
Okay.
Because my wild die refuses to roll 6s. It just likes 1s.
It doesn't like you. I don't like you either.
You don't fall off.
Brick,
and
you have a lot
if-
to answer for.
You don't fall off if, because if you won on your wild die, you take one of your specials and use it as your forearm special. That's you for this go.
Yep.
Right. It rolled an 11. So can you roll against your health, please, and tell me how many 6s you get?
So I'm down to 7 health.
Take a
I
damage.
got none.
Okay. Take a damage.
Down to 6 health.
And again, you can always use your evade instead, and it might be good before you get to 0 health. Okay. The other one kind of recombobulates itself and has a go at Drenzo.
Oh no!
But it misses, so don't worry about that.
Sweet.
Yeah. Back up to the top, Rissik.
I'm going to load another ball bearing into my catapult and once again try and take out another leg on Drenzo's one.
Okay.
That is a 6.
Okay, so that's 1. It's pretty damaged by now. And it doesn't roll a 6, so that's another damage it takes. You crack the other leg. You're not knocking them off with picking away at it, but you're making it very unbalanced. We're round to Tikus, who is riding the... he's holding on with 2 arms, and the other 2 arms are pressing buttons randomly.
Time to go nap time, Mr. Droid!
And I'm going to continue just Now I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna swing underneath it and start boshing under buttons.
Okay. You do that. Roll a gadget for me, please.
That's a 9.
Okay. You find a button that seemingly fires one of the legs off on it.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
It's got 2 legs left. It's still got its turret, so it can still fight, but it can't move right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make your leg go pop.
Drenzo?
I'm going to make your leg go pop! I attack him with the blowtorch.
Okay.
For 15.
Wow.
Trip 5s.
That destroys it. Can you tell me what that looks like?
The blowtorch hits probably one of its leg joints, slicing it clean off, and it falls over, smashing its one eye on the corner of a desk.
You hear as it crunches, Yarr, and the lights go off. Roy?
I'm currently in awe of the... Well done! So, time to have another go at the one Tikus is on. Instead of punching its legs off, I'm going to try and use my weight to pin it down. Is that still a break?
It's still a break, yeah.
Underneath it. So you might want to tip it.
Oh, yeah!
Well,
Tip it, bop it, twist it.
Squish.
I'm not
Squish
so sure
him.
this is a good plan. Oh.
This is
Well,
good for both
yeah,
of
okay,
us.
not get on top of it. I'm going to try and restrain
Just
it.
tip it.
6. Oh, 12 altogether.
you tip it over, and that takes it out of the combat. So what does that look like?
Roy has just been really annoyed by now, so he sort of wanders up, grabs it by one of the legs, holds it by its protruding eye bit, and puts it on its side. It just slightly twists the mechanism so the eye can't turn around now. So it's rolling on the floor, its eye facing the floor, and it can't get back up.
As you push, the leg in your hand comes off in your hand, and it's got one leg left. It flails a little bit with the leg, but it seemingly can't reach round at you. And rather dejectedly, it goes, shiver me diodes.
I think we've got to talk to this little guy. I've never seen anything with a personality like this before.
That's why I'm trying to make it go snooty time. Maybe we can recruit it and be buccaneers, like Captain Codfish.
We've just been shanghaied.
It seemingly isn't causing any more offence. It understands that its combat effectiveness has been somewhat removed. It kind of moves around a little bit, shuffling, and just goes, yar.
Avast ye bilge rat, we're here for your booty. You can sign up with our good ship under Captain Roy, or we'll throw you in the brig like the scullywug you are. Inspire?
Yes. Yes, very much.
I shall roll my 1 inspired eye. I got a 5 though, which is a fail. But
But, you know, a decent fail.
yeah, it's not a 1.
I shall never betray the captain.
Which captain? Because there's a new captain here, and by working with us, you're not betraying our captain.
Captain Laser Eye be my captain.
That's a poopy name.
No, it's quite cool.
It is, I just didn't want to tell him that. That's a much cooler name than Tikus.
It's not happy with the poopy name thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. It's a really good name. I'm
I
just
run you
jealous.
through. The one leg flips a bit, but it's a bit ineffectual.
He's got a much better name. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Yar, yar.
So, where's your booty then?
I never tell you.
What if I ask really nicely?
There's a pause and a whir.
No.
What if someone else asks you really nicely that you've not previously refused?
I only speak to other members of the crew.
I'm a member of the crew. You can tell me where
Its
it
eye
is.
tries to turn around to look at you, but can't quite get its head round.
I get a broken bit of the droid, the droid that we killed, like the eye,
Yeah.
and basically hold it in front of my helmet.
The smashed eye.
Yeah, the smashed eye.
Yeah.
I'm a droid. I'm a droid of this ship. Tell me where the booty is.
Matey.
Matey.
Can you roll me an inspire, please?
Can we back
Or a
him
lie.
Because we're all
Yeah, actually, that's not an inspire. That
It's
is
a-
definitely a lie.
But we're backing
Yes.
him up.
That's an 8. Actually, against its mind? Or?
Against its mind. And as you might have guessed, it's not particularly high. That's no 6s.
Sweet.
Designation crew member.
It asks.
Scurvy chin.
Droid legs.
Oh, blaster shins.
Bucket head.
Accepted.
So where's the booty?
Everybody know the captain's booty be in the vault.
Where's the vault? I need to go check it's secure, because there's been intruders on the ship.
Tell him you're new to this.
I'm new
To the crew.
to the crew.
Say R.
Yar! Arr!
The vault be in the docking bay. Everybody they know this.
Oh, of course! What's the best way to get there? Yar, matey. Matey, yar.
R.
Elevator.
Arr.
Is there a key to the vault? Arr!
R. I have taken this ship and am now officially...
Latter.
Talking a bit later.
R.
Aye, Captain.
Right,
To the vault.
to the vault.
That was a clue. Yeah, team.
Go Team Us!
You're really good with that slingshot, Rissik.
Thank you.
And you're really good at lying.
Thank you!
And you're really good at being a captain, Roy.
I downloaded these pirate soundtracks for when you were a bairn.
R.
You go back to the elevator.
Yes.
We do indeed go back to the elevator.
On the list of places you can go, there is in fact the docking bay.
I'll hit docking bay.
And you shoot off in a great class elevator type way. You go down, not through the cargo bay, but go through a number of different corridors. And through when you see through the glass sides of this, you see more and more of these pirate droids shooting past. And surprisingly, some of them are pirately adorned.
That one's got the hats.
That one has a bandana.
There's a little hat or bandanas. One of them has a wooden spider leg.
That one's got a robot avian pet.
That one's
yeah.
got a hook.
They are completely in character and the aesthetic of the idea of behind this ship.
This place is amazing.
Well, if you could program them to realize that we are the captains and the crew now, we could have a small army.
Oh, if we can find... Oh, it'll be back on the bridge. Nah, it'll be alright. There'll be something in the vault, I'm sure.
If we happen to go by engineering on the way out, I reckon we ought to take at least one of these home with us regardless.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm sure Mum and Dad would be happy with that.
It might get you over your phobia of scuttling things, huh?
It won't. I think I can somehow guarantee that.
You zip through and into a room not quite as large as the cargo bay, but still quite vast. In the centre of the room, unlike the cargo bay, is very empty. Apart from in the centre of the docking bay, there is a small frigate, pretty much no bigger than a shuttle, just resting there. And as the lift comes in and stops at the far end of the room, you're in the docking bay. Similar to the bridge, the blue light through the crystal from where the docking bay would usually go out into space with a force field over illuminates this area, putting a nice blue hue everywhere.
The speed of the small ship that's sat there.
It's a large shuttle or a small
Sorry,
frigate.
large shuttle, small frigate.
Yeah.
Does that look like it's been here a long time?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's been parked very well, so it may have come down with the ship and been moved around in the crash.
Okay.
The aesthetic of it as well is very similar to the ship. It's got a very old Empire type look to it.
Oh, isn't this a beautiful example of old Empire technology and aesthetics? Here you can see the archways of the standard Imperial design. Back in its glory days, these would have sailed the galaxy.
And he enters into a small mini lecture on it.
Tikus pulls out his data slate, takes a picture.
For the scrapbook.
Lights start going on, as it does wherever you go. And you can see at the far end of the room a couple of maybe 3 of the droids pop out. They haven't seemed to have noticed you. They're doing things. They're communicating between each other, and they've gone over. And one of them is tapping on the blue crystal.
Head over to the shuttle.
Okay, as you walk towards the shuttle, you see the sign on the side of the shuttle.
Is it
It
vault?
is the vault.
Okay.
Oh, you see, because we thought it would be a vault, but it was actually a ship. Yeah, kind of smart, yeah.
That's misdirection.
Yeah, good word.
I'll press
Gold
the
star.
beeper to pop
It's
the door.
a key card, and you slide it in, slide
Okay.
it out, and the entire back of the vault starts opening up. And unlike everywhere else that is in a blue light, you see many different colours shining through from inside here. There's reds, there's greens, there's yellows, from piles upon piles of crystals and boxes full of coins and things like that. It is a one-room shuttle. This entire shuttle is just a single room with seemingly the control panel at the front, and everything else is just full of treasure.
So the captain kept all his treasure in a shuttle in case he needed to escape.
Exactly.
Smart.
At the far end, you see there's a droid sitting in what seemingly is the pilot's seat. And as the door opens, and the lights of the shuttle, like everywhere else, start flickering on, you see its hand move slowly and start pressing buttons.
Everybody get on now!
You can't help but notice that unlike this droid, unlike the other droids on the ship, which were crab droids, this is a bipedal droid, and it's wearing a very resplendent captain's hat.
The captain.
And we'll end it there today.
Thank you for listening. Join us next time for more Tiny Tikus Adventures.
Force Majeure Pod is played using the Force and Destiny game system by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. Tiny Tikus is played using a game I made up, and you can probably find that on the website by now. It's very simple. Our intro music for this season is Unholy Night by Kevin MacLeod, and our outro music is Suburban Outlaw by Forget the Way. Both used with gratitude and under the Creative Commons license. If you like the show, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Force Majeure Pod. We have a Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Force Majeure Pod. You can also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Force Majeure Pod. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next